11 o'clock, three-man front as we continue live from Social Taco in Homewood. Gringo is here. Others, Howie, Reba, hanging out, Don, Stan, Matthew, Larry, and others. You can join us here in the square. We're next to City Hall on this beautiful day. And don't forget, if you can't join us as we broadcast from 10 until 2 every Tuesday here, you have the half-off happy hour. That's Monday through Friday, 3 to 6, out on the patio, expecting great weather. And enjoy the half-off appetizers and the drinks here at Social Taco, once again, .bar for more information.
Joining us now on the Higginbotham Hotline, the general manager of the Birmingham Barons. A very special time, anytime it's opening day down at Regions Field. John Cook joins us here on Three Man Front. John, I hope you're well.
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Beautiful day, as you mentioned.
It is great, and I'm sure you're looking at this six-game homestand coming up for the Birmingham Barons, and, man, the weather looks really good. I know you don't want to jinx it, but, man, for opening night, good times are ahead the next 6 games.
Yeah, it's always the first thing you look at, and you don't want to get too excited, but, you know, it does look pretty good for the next few days. And just not having to deal with the weather is a tremendous advantage.
What are some of the things that fans who come out to Regions to enjoy Barons baseball, whether it be this spring or this summer, John, what are some of the things that you guys have worked on in the offseason to make that experience even better this season?
Well, we've tried to reposition Regions Field with the fan in mind, fan first, and we want Regions Field to be the front porch of Birmingham. So, you know, you go to your front porch and you're home and it's consistent and you can just relax. That's what we want our fans to do this year. Come in, we'll take care of everything. The park will be clean. The food and beverage is going to be good. The entertainment's going to be fun. Can't promise our team's going to be as good as it's been the last 2 years, but we are off to a good start.
Well, I was going to ask you about that because, you know, it's one thing when you win one Southern League championship, but then when you do it back-to-back years, that's more than a trend, right? I mean, what are we expecting for year 3, John, to top what has taken place the last 2 years?
You know, no pressure on our new skipper, Pat Leland, right? You know, just follow that up. But, you know, I don't know. I know there's some talent, and you know, if the first 3-game series is any indication, maybe a little more firepower on the offensive side. We scored a lot of runs up in Knoxville. You know, last year we were more of a good pitching, defense, run the bases well type team, you know, scratch and claw and find ways to win. But, you know, as long as it's a win, it doesn't really matter how you get it. But can't say for sure. You know, it's really early. It's a long season. But we do have a lot of talent, and, you know, really looking forward to working and seeing how Pat Leland does, you know, as the manager of this ball club.
I have people that had never been to a Barons game or took us up on it and went out either Bark in the Park or a Thirsty Thursday, and we talk about the event within the event. But you guys do such a wonderful job of involving a lot of different aspects of everyday lives and saying, hey, you know what, that's fine. You can bring your pooch to the park. You can come out here and enjoy time with friends and fraternity and sorority sisters on a Thursday night, or just with your neighbors and enjoy great baseball. Talk about some of the other promotions that you guys will be running weekly during these homestands.
Yeah, so we're talking about repositioning Regions Field. We're repositioning Tuesday nights. It's Cinco somewhere every Tuesday that we're home, and you know that includes 2 for $5 tacos and $5 margaritas. We've also added 205 Sundays, just playing into the 205 of Birmingham, and our game times are at 205. Hot dogs will be $2.05. Everything we do will be, you know, Birmingham centric, really focusing on the community. You know, leaning in on a lot of the great stories here in Birmingham, and so we're excited about those 2 old favorites, as you mentioned, Bark in the Park. We love the Pooches here on Wednesday nights. We want everybody to feel welcome at Regions Field. We've tried to put together a promotional lineup that we think will deliver on that this year. Not only do you have great baseball, great food and beverage, but you know, some fun promotions. Thirsty Thursday is a staple for us, and you know, we're doing some more creative things to just embrace that and make sure if you haven't been out on a Thirsty Thursday, you get to enjoy that experience. We've got 19 fireworks shows, the most we've ever done. We've got our largest fireworks shows of the year around the 4th, as you could imagine. A lot about the back-to-back. It's such a rare thing that we're just going to embrace that, celebrate it all year long. Hopefully we have a good team. Regardless, we're going to celebrate these past 2 years and really embrace what was such a special, 2-year run for the Birmingham Barons, and so appreciative of the community for supporting us through this time.
We're talking to John Cook, the general manager of the Birmingham Barons. It's opening night tonight against the Chattanooga Lookouts. I do have a logistics question for you because it's been now a couple of years when minor league baseball went to this scheduling model in which, you got a 6-game homestand, but it's against the same team, where in the past you might play 3-3 or you might play 4-2, whatever the case may be. From a logistics standpoint, from a team, not so much for bodies coming in Regions Field, but just you as the general manager of this baseball team, does that work things out a little bit easier, especially when the Barons get on the road?
Yeah. As a general manager and operationally speaking, it's great. It's so consistent. Every homestand is, even though the team you're playing is different, it's the same. You're going to start on Tuesday, you're going to finish on Sunday. And I think from the player operations side, having that Monday off, this came out of COVID. They really wanted to have the Mondays off to evaluate how things were progressing with that pandemic, and it turned out it wasn't really a big deal. But they stuck with that schedule because I think everybody liked it. And when 6-game series are rare. As a purist, the old school way, I like the variances in the schedule, but I have grown to actually like the schedule. Operationally, it's really easy to maneuver around it.
As a purist, how are you enjoying the ABS system at the major league level?
I'm watching it, as much as I can. Just kind of right now, it's a lot left to be seen as far as the success and the failures of it. But I think we'll probably see some tweaks of that as things go. We haven't gotten it here yet. Don't know when we will. I'm sure we will at some point. But most of these experimental rules, to their credit, have turned out okay, or at least like quicker games. I think that's one area. Bigger bases. When you first hear about it, you're skeptical, but I think you learn to accept it. Maybe that's come with my age too. Maybe I'm just
well, and not to mention the fact that unfortunately or fortunately, the minor league system has become the guinea pig in regards to what happens up at the major league level.
Yeah, it's good that they can have that resource to be able to.
Three-man front as we continue live from Social Taco in Homewood. But once again, the Birmingham Barons, they open up things tonight versus the Chattanooga Lookouts, 7 o'clock, and a lot of fun festivities planned there. And tomorrow, of course, you got the Bark in the Park. You can bring your companion, your dog, and enjoy $3 wine. And then on Thursday, you got Thirsty Thursday. Friday night fireworks, 19 fireworks shows. That's pretty impressive. Super Saturday fireworks, and, of course, you've got your 205 Sunday and the $2.05 items. That will pique the interest, I'm sure, of many of our Great Jocks listeners and baseball fans alike.
You can go to Barons.com for more information for the full schedule, promotional opportunities for you to go out and enjoy some great baseball, back-to-back champions of the Southern League. We will talk to John Cook again very soon on this program. The general manager of the Birmingham Barons, he joined us on the Higginbotham hotline. All of our guests join us on that hotline. You deserve solutions that are built for you. Higginbotham is your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services.
We got a lot of your texts on the text line that we will get to, 205-834-9450. Myriad of topics to cover on this Tuesday, live from Social Taco on Jocks. 11:13, a three-man front live from Social Taco in Homewood. Michael taking care of the group. You can join us. A lot of different folks, fans of a lot of different teams. Just good fellowship, great fellowship up here at Social Taco from 10 to 2 every single Tuesday. SocialTaco.bar for more information. Want to tell you about our friends at the garage. If your vehicle needs an oil change, maybe a set of new tires, you need your transmission looked at, you're hearing a noise, or maybe your truck is just incrementally falling apart like mine is, you can go to the Garage in Pelham. TheGarageInPelham.com. That is the website, but you're going to go there, and first, if you go to the website, look at the reviews. They're 5 stars across the board. Bob is the owner. He's a wonderful human being. He gives back to local schools and charities, but they have great talented people like Robert Ritchie there in the professional showroom or lobby. When you go in there to the area, it's not a dusty, dirty, what you think about maybe a garage. Is we stereotype? No, that you're not going to get that there. You're going to get a professional lobby. You're going to walk in. You're going to know that these are fine people, and they just want to take care of you and your automotive needs. So you never have to worry about your wife, your daughter, going in there and feeling uncomfortable. Also, the AC checks, now that the warmer weather's here, $40 off coupon there at the website at thegarageinpelham.com. You got to check it out. But just read the reviews. There's a reason why people all across the state of Alabama still bring their cars, trucks, and SUVs to get serviced by the garage. It's the way that they're treated and the service that is provided. Thegarageinpelham.com. Always tell the guys that Landrum from Jock sent you.
There are 4 spring games coming up in the SEC this weekend. Obviously, you got A-Day down in Tuscaloosa. That is on April 11th. Also, this Saturday, you've got the University of Florida Gators, South Carolina, and also Tennessee. So those 4 schools will wrap up spring practice. Now, Bama, today they were on the practice field this morning as they will only have a Thursday practice and then A-Day coming up on Saturday. So selected number of players meeting with the media today down in Tuscaloosa as they wrapped up practice. So if you are going down to Tuscaloosa on Saturday, that is a 1 o'clock scrimmage kickoff time. It is free entry, public parking. Gates will open at noon. First come, first serve. First 5,000 fans receive a poster of the upcoming season. I guess it's kind of like it will be odd for those that have season tickets to show up and then somebody is sitting in your seat. It's almost like on Easter Sunday when you have 3 different services and you always sit in the exact same pew and then you show up and a different family is sitting in your seat, you know?
Yes.
Our pastor always has a lot of fun with that because nobody has their name placard on the pew.
No?
But people showing up that pay really good money for those seats down in Tuscaloosa. But it's first come, first serve. Pre-game events, 11 o'clock, Walk of Fame ceremony at Denny Chimes. I know Conrad will be there as the team captains will put their –
Don't you tailgate for that thing, Conrad? Don't you host like a big tailgate every year?
Yeah, and every year I try to sneak in, and get my hands in the wet cement with the players, but it's never really worked out for me, but I'm hoping this year will be the year.
They are calling it a 2-hour scrimmage. So, starts at 1 o'clock.
Just like it used to be in the good old days, Pat.
Yeah, don't think 100,000 people will show up for this one. I'm just going on a limb.
I would say that's a safe bet.
It is crazy how that was the in thing to do for about, 3-4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody was trying to.
But that's back when we had media guides. You could put that in your media guide that you sent around to everybody to brag about what you'd done, your accomplishments as a program. Hey, we got 100,000 people to come and watch us run 5 different plays.
Woo! I know.
Look at us.
When's Nebraska's spring game?
Already had it.
Oh, they did?
Oh, they did.
It was the same Saturday as the Sweet 16. They didn't plan that very well. But they went back to like a normal spring game this year.
Yeah.
Because last year they did like
How many attended?
Not a lot. That was like the most empty I've seen Memorial since COVID. I'm not even kidding. And the weather was bad. Like I said, it was the same day as the Sweet 16. I don't think that they were banking on Nebraska ball like making it that far.
No?
So a lot of the fans were in Houston.
I guess you probably want to practice spring because this is going to be the weather for much of their season. So it's probably still pretty nippy up there.
Yeah, it is.
and get them up there and doing that. We do have some news from the college basketball transfer portal here locally. Auburn forward Philip Jovich has made his intentions known to enter the transfer portal. 6'9" freshman, 1 season at Auburn, and during his 35 games at Auburn, he averaged almost 6 points per game. He started 9 games, also added 4.1 rebounds, and he grabbed more offensive boards than defensive in 18 minutes per game. So Philip Jovich, who was one of the guys that he might not have been the most talented on the floor, Pat, but that was a guy whose motor continuously, it looked like the one guy at times that was doing what his coach was asking him to do.
You know, I will say this, and listen, we know how this works. You make all indications publicly that you're going to do something. You need leverage. And if you have leverage, then you can go back to the school that you're currently a member of before that paperwork officially goes into the transfer portal. And just because you went to the transfer portal doesn't mean you can't come out of the transfer portal and stay exactly where you were 24 hours ago. So this could be a negotiating ploy with Auburn, just like Aiden Sherrill, what he's doing in Tuscaloosa. Now, I think Bull Bowen is gone. I don't think Alabama wants him back in Tuscaloosa. But I think Aiden Sherrill, I think that's an ongoing negotiation. But I agree with what you said, Landrum, with Jovich, because when I watched Auburn play this year, and I know it was an up and down, peaks and valleys type season, but you know what? I saw a kid get better from the first month of the season, and by the end of the year, man, he was doing a lot of work, and he was doing a lot of things that I know Alabama has the hard hat group and all that kind of stuff. If Auburn had that, that would have been my player for the Auburn Tigers. May not have been the best foreign player that you've seen in the Southeastern Conference, but, man, he worked his butt off, and he got a lot of balls down there, and he fought no matter – he always showed up to play basketball.
Yeah, he did.
That was my point.
Well, and early in the season, if you watched him, it looked like at times – and I don't know if there was a communication, like a language barrier, maybe somewhat of one, but you would see Stephen Pearl, and it was almost like he did great up until a certain point, and then he would have a lapse. And you think about the style of basketball that he played before coming over here, and then you enter the SEC, and I know that a lot of other guys have done it before him. But, yeah, just the effort really stood out from that kid, and you're right. He got better as the season went on. This is a kid that was known kind of as a shooter, but also a guy that could get to the rim over in Europe. He's going to be a good piece for someone.
You also got to keep in mind.
And it might be Auburn.
I mean, when you're looking at a player that averaged 6.3 points and 4 rebounds per game, I'm sure that he was making okay. And maybe Auburn and the new general manager, is they're sitting there looking at their payout of what they expect to do and where they want to go shopping, and he's just not going to be in the mix from a budget standpoint.
Yeah, because the new GM, that's his pedigree, is going and identifying and be able to kind of flex those relationships he has with the European coaches and all the club ball guys over there. We don't know who they're going to bring in. We know one guy, and it was a 7-footer. From France in Narcisse Ngoy. Elijah Freeman, I saw his comments after the NIT win, and Elijah Freeman says he's locked in. He's ready to go, play another season. But who else? Tahad Pettiford, that name. What?
Yeah, see, I would hit pause on – I would not listen to one single thing that any player anywhere says about I'm locked in, I'm coming back. That means absolutely nothing. Because until they walk into that general manager's office and that general manager puts an offer sheet down, means nothing. Zero. They might have that intent, but it's also got to be a two-way street. Because, I mean, listen, what just happened at Michigan, that is going to be the blueprint for every major college basketball program, period.
Well, but there's only so many schools who are either able or willing to pay that kind of money to recruit that kind of talent to go and land on your roster. I mean, think about Cadeau, what he was at North Carolina, Yaxel. Just go through that lineup, and it was mercenaries. But that roster was every bit of north of, what, $20-something million.
Yeah, And listen, what we were told, Auburn was $11, $12 million this year.
Yeah.
Alabama didn't even make $10 million based on reports on what they paid their basketball team. So we'll see if Auburn's budget goes up. Alabama, we've been told, is going to go up from where they were this last year. You're paying your coach more money now. I would think that would mean more money for your roster if you're Alabama. So
Well, you're trying to be competitive with what you're allotting, but aren't you basing that on maybe current trends and people you talk to, but you're basing off of what these guys went for last year for the next year? But who's to say that school isn't going to go out and we've had examples, and I'm thinking just in football, but pay the astronomical number for someone else, and then the bar moves even further, especially when that team, it all culminates with that team cutting down a net and being rewarded for their efforts.
yeah.
And Kurt Signetti and the way that Indiana did it, I know it's two different sports and roster sizes are different, but a little bit different than the way that Dusty May did it at Michigan and building that team.
Yep.
I didn't see a whole lot of guys from James Madison giving it their all for Dusty. I saw a talented kid from the American Conference go up there and continue to get better as a player, and is going to be a first-round draft pick.
And that was a perfect storm with Yaxel and him because, I mean, Dusty's good friends with AK. Dusty faced Yaxel when he was at UAB. So, I mean, he knew the kid. He knew his raw talent, knew his ability, and he also knew that if you put some people around him where he would not have to do everything in the world like he did at UAB, that the kid would be able to relax and just play basketball because he had so much pressure on his shoulders. He had to be UAB's big man. He had to be the scorer. He had to be everything. Where you go to Michigan and you just kind of settle into your role, and you saw what happened, being the player of the year that he was and getting him a national championship ring. So that was impressive.
Yeah, and I don't know how many we talk about Yaks, but how many of our listeners actually knew. And I said I had one of our friends, big UAB folks, sent me this over the weekend that Coach Dusty May actually served at UAB from 2007 to 2009 under Mike Davis.
Absolutely. Sure did.
Before being an assistant at Louisiana Tech. We had Drake mention him being an assistant at Florida before landing the job at FAU, and we know what the job he did at FAU was pretty incredible.
Yeah, and I want to do a shout-out to Dan Wolkin, who I don't read, I don't follow, but someone had actually sent it to me. He apparently had a tweet and a smart-ass comment about UAB and about, everybody on the starting five for Michigan, and basically he's pointed out this player was from here, this player was here, and then he finished up. And Yaxel Lindenborg from freaking UAB.
Oh.
Taking a shot at UAB. Oh, yeah. Okay, Dan. Continue to write your wonderful articles and win your Pulitzer Prizes.
Dan, I'd love you to join us at Social Taco here one day. I'd love it. We could have a long conversation. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of receipts on you, Dan.
Yeah. Surprised the guy has a job, to be honest with you.
I am too.
I mean, they got rid of him at USA Today, and I have no idea. I guess Yahoo was hard up for writers, I guess, whatever the case may be. I just saw Jody, the Painter to the Stars. You
Yes.
kind of refer. I was over there talking to Jody a minute ago, and he called Abide Roofing. And I'm so proud he did, and so is he. He called him at 205-577-7338. Or you can simply go to their website, abideroof.com. Jody had some problems on his roof, so he called Travis Lloyd and Jason Standridge there at Abide Roofing, and they came over to his house. And, yep, sure enough, Jody's got issues. He's got big-time problems, and those small-time problems could turn into bigger problems. And so Jody was able to get with Abide, and they found out that, hey, listen, we're going to deal with your insurance company. They're the insurance claim masters, and Jody handed it over to them. And so Abide Roofing was able to talk to his insurance company, and so he's getting a brand-new roof put on his home. And he also knows that the quality of work, the communication, everything involved with the process, it's not something that's going to be a hassle to you as a homeowner. Let Travis Lloyd and Abide Roofing come to your house, take a look at it, and if there is a problem, they can help you deal with it. They can do it fast, and they're going to do it efficiently. Abide Roofing puts you first. Call them today at 205-577-7338. That's 205-577-7338. That's abideroof.com. More three-man front. We are live at Social Taco on Jocks. A very nice crowd is gathering here on the Taco Terrace as they are awaiting Conrad Van Order to show up. He lost a bet to, was it Howie, or did he lose the bet to
I don't know. We have so many
Don.
bets going on over here. We got
I didn't
Don
lose any
delivering money to people, collecting money from people.
I thought Don said that Conrad took the Gamblers the other night instead of the Stallions.
That would be a Conrad pick, wouldn't it? A comrade pick. We got Whit, we got Justin, table of these other fellas that look like they're new to the group. Well, they are. They've been up here. This is their second time. But the fact that they came back.
Bless their heart.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's good. Yep.
Bless their heart.
If they come back, they know what they're getting into. Is Don's working numbers over there.
A shout out to BB and Mary. BB's a little bit under the weather. Hopefully BB is feeling better. Hope to see her later this week. We'll be live at Twin Peaks on Thursday, the beginning of the Masters. It will get underway. I was just looking just a few moments ago at start times, tee times, for Thursday. And looks like Greg, I almost said Greg McElroy. Rory McIlroy. I'm sure they're related, right? Down the line somewhere.
Distantly.
Probably.
Surely.
Maybe.
They favor each other in so many ways.
Yeah, they do. I'm sitting here looking. You got DeChambeau. He's teeing off at 9:07.
Okay.
As I'm looking down, Colin Marikawa, it's going to be interesting because he has had some back issues the last couple of weeks. He's teeing off at 9:19. Rory, 9:31.
I saw Rory on the range
Thursday.
yesterday.
So he will get underway. I'm sitting here looking at the rest of the tee times coming up. We will go to Augusta tomorrow.
Justin Thomas?
Looking where Justin is. I'm looking. Freddie Boom Boom Couples at 11:15 tomorrow.
Hey.
That's a name from the past.
No glove and all.
Yeah.
Is he the one that does the Moises Alou thing? I can't remember.
John Rahm is at 12:08. Brooks Koepka. Boy, that's a good group. Jordan Spieth, Justin Rose, and Brooks Koepka at 12:20.
When is Patrick Reed?
He's early. He's a matter of fact, he's a couple groups in front of Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, get him out there early.
Scotty
favorite.
Scheffler, 12:44. He is playing with Robert McIntyre and Gary Woodland. That's a 12:44 start. Matter of fact, they're the second to the last group to go off on Thursday. It's supposed to be beautiful weather over in Augusta. And we'll talk to Doug Bell, our resident golfer, part of the PGA Tour Radio Network. You can also see him on CBS Sports HQ. He is live in person. He is there. We were texting yesterday, and he'll be on the show tomorrow. Give us his Masters preview.
A lot of pimento cheese, a lot of egg salad this week over there at the Masters. But I would encourage anyone, if you're not a golf fan, just for the event and how it's run, to go, and you can find different ones that, whether it's on the turf there and how they replace it during the tournament in real time, if they have like a hydraulic leak or some kind of issue. But also just the entire property and how they've expanded it, and they bought up adjacent properties, and how that thing is run from the underground to the cooling system to the warming systems, the technology, the amount of money that they have invested to keep that thing the way that they want it, the way that they think it needs to be. Fascinating. It's a fascinating watch, whether you like golf or not.
If you're an aviation expert, you can go over there and watch as they're reportedly 3,900 private charter jets are going to be flying in to Augusta this week.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
That's
It is
incredible.
amazing.
Almost 4,000 private charter jets heading that way.
And the folks that live there around the course that have the nice homes, this is typically the week that they will
Make a
will
lot
rent
of money.
those out
Oh, yeah.
to the who's who of the golfing world and their families. And those folks, they pay top dollar to be right there, be next to the course, enjoy all the things that the players get to enjoy that we, the patrons, don't. But then right when you're through, whether you make the cut or you don't, you're right over to the airport and you're on to the next stop or go back home and change clothes.
Yeah. It's pretty neat because today in history, Jack Nicklaus, he was 23 years old back in 1963, won the Masters on this date. Isn't that cool? 1963. He won a record 6 Masters, including 3 before turning the age of 30. That's how good Jack Nicklaus was. If Scotty Scheffler can win this year, he'll join Nicklaus and Tiger Woods as the only golfers to win 3 Masters before turning the age of 30. And
Wow.
Scheffler's got
That's
a new baby.
remarkable. Yeah.
They just
Yep.
had a new baby.
Wasn't it one year that we were wondering if Scheffler was going to play or even finish?
Yeah, because she was close to giving birth.
Wasn't it the year he won?
I can't remember.
I feel like it was. Because that was a Pat Ponders question.
Like, what would you do if
Yeah,
that happened?
if that happened to you.
That's right. And I think
Conrad said
Conrad something really, really
Well, Conrad said he would
controversial.
stay.
Yeah.
He would stay and finish.
He said, she's got doctors.
Conrad was like, I've
Oh, I
already,
forgot about that.
Conrad said, I've already done my part. What do I need to do? Why do I need to be there?
Now that I'm closer to that actually happening in my life, I might have a different answer.
That was just like when my first kid was born. You know, the doctor looks at me and he goes, hey, do you want to cut the cord? And I'm like going, what am I paying you for? Like, you got like 10 years of school and you got student debt, don't you? Go ahead, earn your living. Cut
I
that
don't want
cord.
to cut that cord.
I'm not cutting the cord. You take care of that. They really did. They were like, "What here?" And I'm like, "Well, hand it to me."
Yeah, your job is over now. You cut the cord, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
No, you got it. I'm good.
I get to pay for this youngin' for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Go ahead and pay for your school and your student loans.
Oh,
Cut the
Doc,
cord.
I think you got one more snip in you. Cut that cord. I can see Pat doing it.
I'm saying, I'm good.
Larry
Thank
loved
you.
that one.
Pat, sleep deprived, walking through a hospital he doesn't want to be in, being surrounded by people he doesn't want to be surrounded. I cannot think of a more ideal spot for one Pat Smith.
Well, bless Leanne's heart. Connor was born at 3:00 in the afternoon, so it was an all-day. It was an all-day deal. But Dylan, our second one, he was like 9:00. We were done. So
I was born at 2:41 in the afternoon.
Connor was born on opening day of Major League Baseball.
Really?
Really?
Yep, sure was.
I was born
And-
during the Kentucky Derby.
How about that?
I was born
Like
the day
literally
before
during
Labor
the
Day.
actual race.
Yeah.
That was
During
quick.
the race. Yep. I was there. Well,
3 minutes.
I was about to say that was real quick.
my dad was out in the lobby watching the race. Yeah.
I was born the day before Labor Day.
Mom appreciated that. Day before Labor Day.
Mhm.
Did the Cardinals win when your son was born? Opening day.
Yes, they did.
Aw.
It's a good omen right there.
Yeah.
They did, but I was forced to watch the Cubs because the Cubs had an afternoon game, and that was like one of the channels they had on in the suite where he was born.
Now, Steve from Tuscaloosa, he's made the trek all the way from Tuscaloosa
And I
County.
love,
to
I
come
love
and
the
join
Barons
us.
gear. That's
Yeah.
a good-looking hoodie.
I like that
Yeah,
hoodie.
it's good looking. He's got the
It's a
Magic
good-looking
City
hoodie.
Barons hoodie, and
And
then
the
he's
hat.
got the Barons hat. Looks good.
Do you remember when you and I were instrumental in the Barons winning their first Southern League championship?
Yeah. We called it a 6-hour game.
Yeah.
We did
We
play-by-play for 6
called
hours.
the longest game in the history of Birmingham Barons baseball. that
We knew
year.
it was going to happen that way.
Yeah. Because the night before, it was like a 2-hour
It
game.
was
Yep.
the shortest game. Yeah.
Yep. And me and Pat got the old sixer.
It's unbelievable.
We were running out of towns in Alabama for Pat to call.
I mean, I forgot about that. I forgot I was doing that.
Oh, look at that fine couple from Selma as they're hanging out.
And I forgot who was in our box, and someone said, how does he know that they're from Selma? I'm like, I don't. It's a gimmick.
You
Every foul ball someone was from a different place. Selma, Coleman,
It was.
Holly Pond,
That's funny.
Hackleburg.
Then it got to the end of the game where we were vocalizing, let's get this thing over. Come on, one more out.
Well, it was so bad that, we were filling in for Kirk Bloom, longtime announcer for the Barons. And so Kirk was actually calling a high school football game down in Montgomery. And the game lasted so long that, like, Kirk came to the stadium, left the stadium.
as we're still doing the game.
No, seriously. Like, he came to the stadium, make sure everything was good, because Landrum and I got there plenty of time so we could just prep and, go down and take some BP with the rest of the team and
Sure.
stuff like that. So he's driving to Montgomery to do a Vestavia Hills football game. So he drives to Montgomery, calls the game, and comes back just to swing by the stadium, and there me and Landrum still in there doing a game. And then it's just like, oh my gosh. Well, that last night it was 2 hours long.
Yeah.
I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, CB.
Everybody has stopped by to mention that to
Yeah.
us as we're sitting here
As the cleaning
4 hours
crew,
in the fourth inning.
the cleaning crew's coming through, like asking me and Landrum, hey, can we clean underneath your seat? Can we?
We were getting
we wanna go home
We were
early.
getting like 19 pitch at bats.
I was so
Just
bad.
Just stuff you never.
I mean, of course, I was yelling down because they were playing the Smokies. They were a Cubs affiliate, and I was like, of course, a Cubs affiliate's going to do this to me and make me stay here, like all night long doing this game.
First 4 hours, we were super fresh.
Oh man, we were on top of our game.
We were throwing them all out.
I mean, it was awesome. And then by the end, we were just like,
We
looking at
needed
each
the
other.
training room.
Yeah, we're like, enough of this.
How many games do y'all play?
Did someone sneak a double header in here while Landrum and I? Like, what is going on here?
Oh,
Man.
I thought it was an episode of Punk.
And then they robbed us and didn't give us a ring.
No, we didn't get. Well, I was going to get to that later.
Oh,
I mean,
remember
everybody else part of the team.
We ought to write a book, The Missing Ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. How two play-by-play guys got duped out of their championship hardware.
Yeah, maybe John Cook will come through for us.
We've got a lot of texts that are rolling in on the text line. We will get to those, 205-834-9450. As we continue, folks still arriving, sitting down and enjoying great food here at Social Taco. Come and join us. We're broadcasting until 2. It's going to be a fun Tuesday. It's beautiful outside, beautiful people inside here at Social Taco. 3-man front on Jocks. .47 3-man front as we continue live from Social Taco, the Terrace, the Taco Terrace here in Homewood. Landrum, Pat, Molly hanging out. Conrad is anchoring things from the studios of Jocks. It's hot outside. It's going to be getting even warmer, stifling at some points, I'm sure of, this summer here in the state of Alabama. Don't let that AC drift right out of your house. That's money that we're all losing. We got to get new windows and doors through EcoView Windows Indoors. Locally owned and operated. Got to meet with Becky. She is the owner, Becky Jackson. She and her son, John, her husband, Brian, they're a family operation, and they got other folks on their team that are great as well. So this is a national name company, but it's locally owned and operated by great Alabamians who are working hard for you. And they have a pledge there at EcoView Windows and Doors to save you at least 35% on your heating and cooling in the first 12 months of installation when you place all the windows and the doors. And right now they're offering all Jocks listeners free estimates. All you have to do is call 205-564-8480. 205-564-8480. Or you can schedule there and go to ecoviewwindows.com. All-inclusive, transferable warranty. You can check them out at ecoviewwindows.com. Trusted, family-owned, been in business for years. They're going to take care of you, our great Jocks listeners, and save you some money on your energy costs. Once again, it's ecoviewwindows.com. Tell Becky and all the fine people there that Landrum from Jocks sent you.
So I'm sitting here looking at On3, their transfer portal top 10 players in college basketball. I mentioned earlier Aiden Sherrill currently is at number 6. I'm looking at this list. Is the John Blackwell, who comes in at number 3 from Wisconsin, is that the guard that you were talking about yesterday, Conrad?
Oh, yeah, average 19 points a game.
That you were hoping that Alabama would take a look at. It's interesting because of this top 10 list, Aiden Sherrill is the only SEC player listed in the top 10, according to the On3 transfer portal rankings.
So Olivier Rioux is not on there? The 7'9" guy?
Nope.
Shocker.
Did not make it.
You think he goes to an SEC school?
I
Or
think
do
he
we
probably
end up
goes
seeing him?
to a smaller school. Because, again, it's like we talked about last week. I mean, the size is appealing, but, I mean, what are you going to get, 15 minutes a night from that kid?
Yeah.
Tops.
Maybe.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like you were struggling with attendance at a mid-major. Not to make him a carnival attraction, but it would be. We got a guy that's 7'9" playing on our team. Join us for opening night.
It just seems like that would maybe be his best path forward. So,
yeah.
But, yeah, he's probably an injury risk for sure.
You know who the winners are today with the transfer portal being open? It's all these graphic artists. All these guys that's gone to school to be graphic artists, all the work that they're doing. I mean,
this is Joe Tipton's Christmas, Pat.
I mean, this is unbelievable. Just the number of graphics that I'm seeing. I mean, it is fast and furious. I've already seen somebody point out that the transfer portal in basketball needs to change. It does not need to be immediately after the national championship because you're taking away from Michigan.
Shut up.
I'm telling you, Joseph Goodman just tweeted that a minute ago.
You're taking away?
Yeah.
Whatever. Those kids have been talking to their next school. Are we pretending that tampering has stopped because they've come out with more penalties if you're caught tampering?
Yeah.
I have seen less of the do not contact.
Yeah, unlike
tags.
in football. Hey, do you remember yesterday when I was asking you guys a Pat Ponders question about the gnome this year at the Masters?
The $65 gnome that's going for $1,500.
Yeah. So I was seeing some people on social media last night because that's the kind of the end thing to do is they go, hey, this is my merch haul from, because it started over the weekend because you have the women's amateur, and so that goes on over the weekend, and so a lot of the gear is available for that. And then when the practice round started yesterday, then obviously folks are going crazy. The gnome that I was telling you guys about, and here's a picture of it if you haven't seen it.
It's so cute.
Where the umbrella will actually raise above the gnome. That's the big gnome.
Yeah.
That's the one that's going for $1,500 on eBay. That's a 30-time markup from what the actual price is. If you had the original gnome that debuted in 2016, it is worth $10,195.
For a gnome.
10 years ago, the very first gnome. It has become one of the most sought-after sports collectible items in sports collecting. The 2016 Masters gnome.
Wow.
$10,195 if you've got one.
Somebody's got one, doesn't know that all of this is going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then 20 years from now, their grandkid will make $500,000.
But one of these merch hall videos that I saw last night, that they were on the course at like 6 a.m., and they immediately went to the merch tent, and they could not. They were already sold out
Already sold?
Wow.
of the big gnome, of the big one that's got the umbrella that pops up, the one that's going for $1,500 on eBay.
I wonder if they allow the workers to purchase items.
Kind of a pre-sale
prior
type deal.
Yeah, if you're a volunteer and you go and volunteer, do you get to go and shop in there before the public does?
You know, there's a couple of people that always come here to Social Taco on Tuesdays that I know that have been frequent Masters patrons. I need to, if they show up today, I'll definitely ask them, because that is a good question. If you do work or you're a volunteer, do you get an opportunity?
Yeah, I know you get to, if you want to, they've got a day where all the staff, you get to go out there, you can play the course.
Right.
But as far as the merch, I don't know. They make $70 million off of that tent just on the grounds. There's no online sales. They're not supposed to be online sales. And not only with the badge reselling, that they're targeting people that are transferring or selling their badges, because that's the only way. If you go through the secondary market, that's the only way to do it. Now, typically, the badge holders, they're not supposed to sell those to you. But when I went over and I bought tickets, this was not an invite, I bought tickets to go to Sunday at the Masters. It was the amount of money that you're paying, and then you are trusting an individual to physically bring you that badge at the end of Saturday's play so you're ready to go on Sunday. Gets a little hairy.
They are cracking down big time on that this year. Matter of fact, they're threatening to suspend members if they are caught doing anything with their tickets.
There used to be an online place that they would buy stuff from the merchandise tent and they would go and sell it online. It was kind of one of those underground websites. Well, they found them. They're not selling that stuff anymore.
Yeah.
You don't want Augusta National trying to track you down. They will find you and fine you. More from Social Taco in a moment.